Hi, it's Wednesday, August 13th, and I'm in the Copenhagen train station. It's really beautiful. Like they have a chandelier somewhere over there. Yeah, you can see it. A lot of American places that we know, like 7-Eleven, McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, things like that. So yesterday I swam the Öresund Sound, and the day before that, Karen Lundgren swam the Öresund Sound. She had a great day. She had the wind at her back the whole time. It was coming from the west, and then she just flew across, and I'm really glad that she had that day. Then yesterday, the wind was supposed to be pretty good for most of the time, and then it was going to change around tomorrow night, but it showed up about 12 hours early. So in the course of 11 hours, 8 of which I was swimming, the wind shifted 270 degrees. So it was a challenging time, but I'm really glad that we both made it. You know, Karen was just awesome. She's trained so hard for this. She's in great shape. I knew she was going to be fast. And on Tuesday when I got in, I knew the water was not quite as fast, but that was okay because the goal is always to get across. So she set a new team record, first woman from Illinois. That's cool. When I got in, everything was okay in the beginning, about 4 kilometers an hour. And then I could tell that it was dropping off a little bit. We saw some big cargo ships. One even got out of the way for us, which was nice. Saw a couple of sailboats. I never asked how far or how long I've been in until about 4 hours and 45 minutes I was. And they told me at that point that I was about less than 7 kilometers from the shore. And then an hour or maybe an hour and a half later, they said I was 4.6 kilometers from the shore. So that meant 2.5 kilometers in an hour and a half, and I was starting to do the math, and then I wasn't panicking, but they were telling me every time what it was. And then the next time I traveled 1,000 kilometers in 1K in a half an hour, and then the following one was 900 meters in a half an hour. I never got discouraged. I just kept going. I was always trying as hard as possible, but the water was had shifted already from the west, then it was going to the south, and we had a current against us because it was going to the east at that point. Finally, when I asked the boat pilot to move the boat from the non-lee side of where I was swimming to the lee side, I started swimming 1,500 meters in a half an hour, and that was a huge game changer, and I'm glad that it worked out. Beautiful, beautiful water. It was like being in a cosmos with all the krill below. There was some amazing vegetation that I've never seen before at the Swedish side at the finish. Karen was right behind me at the finish to swim me in. That was great. We walked up on shore, and some guy took a picture, and he said he was going to send it to the local papers. Woohoo! Charlotte, who was the boat pilot, and Dennis, who was the observer and organizers, did a very nice job. My crew of Karen and her son Nate were amazing. Nate was the person that saw both conditions, and he was pretty amazed at how different both days were. But I'm just so glad that we both made it. Eventually you're going to hear what Karen's thoughts are on this. We're going to have a little awards ceremony tonight that she doesn't know about, but I got something special for her. And I'm just grateful that once again we both made it, and we were both safe, and it worked out really well. And now we're going to enjoy Copenhagen and everything around it for the next 5 days. So tonight we're going to a party up in Helsingborg. That's where we're at the train station. And we are gonna party like it's 1875, which is Matthew Webb's anniversary, which is coming up in a week, of the first person to swim the English Channel, who set all the records for the rest of us. But it was really, really magnificent swim, and I look forward to the continued success of the swim and also the continued success of both Karen and my swim careers. Bye.